Welcome back. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is time to dive into the world of home building and renovation.
If you've got questions or feel stuck on a project at home, don't worry. We got you covered. Let's ask the contractor. Joining us now from H1 Construction are Lucas Stensland, our general contractor and owner, and Jozef Pikula, our construction manager. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Now today we're gonna tackle a really touchy subject. Anytime you bring up this one word, people get all frustrated or irritated. It's very emotional. We're gonna talk about permitting. If it's okay with you guys.
Talk about Jozef.
I'm just gonna come out and ask. Why does it take so long to get approved?
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things. A lot of people want to turn around and blame the city, right? They have their own internal problems that obviously we can really do nothing about. And no shade on anybody, but it's also about hiring the wrong people for the wrong reasons, right? If you're going to do a brand new house, you're not going to hire a draftsman, right? So there's a lot of draftsmen who have architects stamp their drawings. And these types of drawings tend to clog up the system. So when you clog up the system, you're relying on the city and county to do more than they really should, right? So when they go through Blueprints 808 and H1 Construction, who we use, and not to say that sometimes our drawings aren't kicked back because things change and they're always evolving, right? But I can guarantee you they're not clogging up the system like some of the other ones are. So having your right team in place at the beginning will help that process.
I'm glad you brought that up about clogging the system. What is the most common reason for these resubmissions or these revisions?
I don't want to say bad drawings, if I had a better way to put it, but bad drawings.
Lack of information.
Inaccurate. Yeah, lack of information.
Lack of information, inaccurate information, what city and county requires on the plans.
Oh. So what ends up happening is there's stations at the DPP, and it goes through these stations, and once it hits station 4, and then that clogs up the system there for someone who didn't draw with the right information, it gets kicked back to the architect or the draftsman, right? Then it goes back to the very beginning once they correct
all the way
stages,
back
right?
to station 1,
So,
2, 3.
Because they don't, whatever station they were in beforehand, they don't want to make sure that there was any changes made behind the scenes.
Okay, well, that leads us to this question from Gabby from Wahiawa. He asked if there's anything that he can do or ways to plan around delays.
Well, that's a good question. My default is to go back into pre-planning. If you're pre-planning everything and doing it right, there really shouldn't be any delays. So whether it's a construction delay or a permit delay, wheels should always be in motion. But that being said, you have weather, and depending on what time you're going to start building, and you can count on a decent project running anywhere from 8 to 12 months. That's for a brand new house, Delays are inevitable. I would say we probably haven't had a single project that didn't have some sort of minor delay at some point, right? It's just a matter of how they're handled and how they're communicated.
So it's the nature of the business. It's the nature of the industry that these things might happen. But when you're working with somebody who's reputable, and again, you folks have mentioned in a previous segment about the importance of communication. If that communication is open, then and expectations are going to be try and be met as much as possible, right? With that open communication.
Correct.
So how does H1 Construction communicate these delays with clients while still staying transparent? Jozef?
Well, we have, once the construction starts, we have a on-site meeting every 2 weeks with the client and the architect. We go over any potential delays, any potential issues, any work standing as a current, discuss any type of materials, and then every other week, Luke usually doing update videos.
Oh, wow.
So we communicate very heavily. At minimum once a week, a client is listening.
Gantt charts?
Yeah, having a communication point, whether it's a meeting with me, videos, Gantt charts, or bunch of emails. I'm not even, probably 2-3 emails a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome communication.
Yes.
And is this something that we should be expecting from every contractor out there?
Well, you should be expecting it from every contractor. You're not going to get it from every contractor.
But we're going to get it from H1.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Oh, my wife is watching right now. She goes, how come you cannot communicate like Lucas and Jozef, huh? You guys getting me in trouble when I go home.
I like it. Thanks, guys.
Have her call us. We'll build you an extension that you can stay in.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
That ADU. H1 Construction, they are the award-winning Hawaii home builder specializing in custom homes, luxury homes, communication, and more. Thank you very much, Lucas and Jozef, for joining us.
Absolutely.
That's
Thanks for having
right.
us.
Get your questions in so you can ask the contractor.